What's up, guys? Resale Brothers here. If you're new to the channel, my brother Tony and I did almost $700,000 in sales on eBay and Poshmark last year. In this video, we're going to be breaking down how to make $1,000 a month reselling on eBay. We're going to break it down into 5 different methods, 5 different ways that you can do it, different price points to be selling at. We're going to show you items in those price points so that you'll have a good idea of what you need to be picking up to make that $1,000 a month. Also, we have the purple label pants that we're giving away at the end of this video. Be sure to check out the end of the video to see who won the purple label Ralph Lauren pants.
All right, guys, and now here we are. We're going to talk about the methods. And now when we say methods, we're talking about the amount of items you have to list and you have to sell for a certain profit margin to be able to reach that $1,000 a month. The first sort of method that we suggest that people try to use is you can sell 100 items for $10 each, $10 profit each. That's very doable for a lot of people, and it's something that's not crazy difficult. And finding the items and also listing the items and being able to ship out that amount is pretty easy, and
especially for the part-timer.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to be overwhelming for you. The math that we did,
we assumed a 50% sell-through rate.
So
it's a realistic way to get to these numbers.
For $10 profits, 50% sell-through rate is, like I said, something that's very easy to do. So the target, and granted, it's not going to be right off the bat. You're not going to list your first 7 things and be like, hey, they all sold and it's instant and we made $100 or $10 profit on each one. That's not going to happen. You have to build up for a little bit, but like I said, you have to sell 100 items for $10 profit. It's going to take about a listing goal of 7 items per day. So your daily sales goal is 3.5. Yeah, about 3, right. Sometimes 4. It's an average of what sells a day. So like I said, something that's really easy to ship. 7 things listing a day is really easy. So that is the first kind of method that is ideal, we think, to start off being able to make $10 profit.
Probably the easiest is to find 100 items with a $10 profit.
Yeah. The bottleneck to all this, we think, is not really the pictures and it's not really the shipping. People don't like doing that. It's finding the amount of items to reach 100 items with a $10 profit.
The number 2 category, we think this is also pretty doable. 50 items, and you got to think this is a month. So 50 items that make a $20 profit. So if you want to break down the numbers, the monthly goal should be have the 50 items sold. The daily sales goal should be 1.7 items. So you're selling even less items, but you're making $20 profit. So you're going to get to that $1,000 easier because you're selling less items. Your listing goal is 4 items per day. So you only have to source 4 items that are making $28 profit a day as well. So however you have to source these items, maybe you source them all on one day, maybe you source several times a week. You have to be able to source at least 4 items that make $20 profit a day to get to that $1,000 a month goal.
The next one is you're starting to get a little tricky when finding 20 items that are $50 profit. So you have to sell 20 of these things a month to reach $1,000, and which granted, that's not even counting fees and stuff. So
not impossible.
It's not impossible, but it's something that is you'll have to source more often to find these items or pay up for them a little bit more than that might be comfortable for some people. So you might have to pay $20 or $30 for these 20 items, but you're going to make more you're going to sell them for 100, 120. So they're going to sell for more. In theory, they should have faster sell-through rates, so you'll find less, but they should sell quicker. You only have to list around 2 items a day and sell less than 1 a day. So on average, hopefully you sell close to 1 a day. But something that sounds really easy to do until you go out there and try to find a whole bunch of stuff that makes $50, and it's kind of tough. Arbitraging, going into stores sometimes helps. You can find stuff that way instead of thrift stores, instead of Goodwills. Even online arbitrage, sometimes that can help finding that. You have to probably get a little more creative in how you find these $50 profit items.
So you only got to ship 1 item a day.
But yeah, so I'm assuming most of your time will be spent finding those items rather than listing, taking the pictures, or shipping the stuff out. So Some people love it. Some people don't.
The next way is going to be extremely hard to do, but it is possible, especially depending on your area. If you're selling coats and jackets, a lot of times you can hit this $100 profit mark, but this is selling 10 items with a $100 profit a month. Your listing goal should be around 1 item per day. So if you can find 1 item a day that makes $100, you'll be able to hit that $1,000 a month.
If you live in a fancy area with some nice suits and stuff like that, I mean,
it's definitely doable.
You can do it,
yeah.
But it's...
I would almost say $80, finding 10 items that are $80 profit is really easy. 100, you're kind of crossing to where it's a little harder to find items that you actually make $100 profit on, but it is definitely doable, and you only have to sell 0.33 items a day. As far as shipping goes, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Yeah, next we have where my bins people at, 200 items, so for $5 profit each. This is something
Volume
that
sellers,
is
yeah.
Doable in the fact of finding $5 items. It's hard to get 200 of them because you have to source a lot, and you still have to take pictures. So you have to take more pictures. You have to list more. So it's turning more into not as much of a part-time, more of kind of like a part-time and a half, almost full-time kind of thing, because you have to list more. You're gonna have to ship more. You're gonna have to take more photos, do all this kind of stuff, and finding 200 things that are $5 profit really isn't.
This is the least suggested.
It's not crazy hard to do, but it's still, you have to find 200 things.
This is like if your area is super oversaturated with resellers and you're getting desperate, but you want to be a reseller, you definitely want to try to make some money selling stuff on the side. You can still live in this $5 profit, and if you're buying from the bins and you're making $5 on everything you sell, that's still a really good return on investment. So we're definitely not knocking this, but it's definitely
we do this. So
yeah, it's definitely the hardest road to getting to $1,000.
What we do, there's a 6th way that wasn't mentioned.
6.
The 6th way is doing a combination of all of it. So
yes,
there's not really.
And that's the full.
I'm not going to pass something that I'm selling. I mean, not necessarily. You can sell whatever you want, but I'm not going to pass a $20 profit item just because I'm only looking for $50 profit items. Some people might do that, but I don't suggest it. I suggest picking a range. Now, if you don't want to dip all the way down into the $5 or $10 profit, that's fine. If you want, I need $20 or up. That's what I need, and that's
which
what,
is what a lot of the reselling people on YouTube are preaching right now. They're saying, hey, $20. You got to live in that zone.
So you'll probably have to find between 50. I mean, let's see. If you're trying to find $20 and up, you'll mix in some 50s. You'll mix in some $100 sales. So you're probably going to have to source anywhere between 30 and 50 items a month, which is not crazy impossible at all. So you'll probably find mostly $20 profits if you're doing that. So you'll probably be more closer into that 40, 45 range and mix in a couple of 50s, mix in a couple of hundreds. But what happens with that is, like I said, sourcing becomes a little bit strenuous because you're trying to find things. So you're going into stores and you're not finding a lot of $20 profit items, or you're not finding a lot of 50s or 100s. So you're going to come out of the store with more like 3 or 4 things. Whereas us, if we're looking for a $5 or $10 profit item, we're going to come out with 100 items compared to your 10, because you'll have to probably go to more stores. You see what I'm saying? To find those $20 and up.
It's all about what kind of effort you want to put in, and obviously it's very area dependent. But we're going to get into stuff that we've sold actually within the past like 7 days that are in these price ranges, so you can see what you should actually be picking up, the brands, the styles, what fall into this $20 and $5, $100 profit ranges. The items that we made $100 or more on, just some examples of stuff you guys can pick up. This is a Canali blazer. It's new with tags. That's why it sold for so much. But this is an example of an item that you make really good money on.
Sold for like $250.
Yeah.
This one was just a Ted Baker kind of like tuxedo blazer.
Long,
this one,
big
yeah.
lapel.
This one sold for like $140. We only paid, I think, 30 or 40 for it. So like I said, one of those things, if you live in a bougie area and they got a lot of fancy suits laying around, you can easily make anywhere from $50 to $100 on those for sure.
Yeah, and the tuxedo blazers are definitely the best ones and everything pretty much. This is a Team Nike new with tags Letterman's jacket. Kind of basic, just a basic color block pattern to this, but it was new with tags, so it did sell for around $100. I think we paid like 20 bucks for it. So this is close to that $100 mark. Like I said, the $80 mark's pretty easy to get, but definitely an item within that range.
Yeah, another two-piece suit kind of a thing. So this one sold for, I think it was a 95, and it has the Minigato Xenia. So if you know your suit brands, if you know Xenia, Canali, all the other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head.
Pricey.
Ted Baker does some pretty good ones. Like we've sold a lot of those. So
yeah.
If you know those kind of fabrics, the Laura Pianas as well, if you know the fabrics and the brands that are good, you can easily sell those kind of things for 50 up, even if they're used. This one was used. Two-piece suits always do better, and this one sold for 95. So
even with a brand like Saks Fifth Avenue, like this Xenia fabric takes this from like an $800 suit to like a $2,000 suit, so it makes a huge difference.
When it was new.
When it was new, yeah, not used, obviously. This is a pair of diesel jeans. Men's diesel jeans can be really good. This is the Zatini or Zatini. I don't know how you say that, but this is an example of an item to where you make around $50 profit on this. So you can live in that $50 price range with just a regular pair of men's diesel jeans.
And yes, I got bleached. #grunge. Railwind, something that we pick up any single time we find it. So if it is $10, $15, $20, $5, that's how much we're going to pay for it. So it doesn't matter.
15?
No, 15. So this one, we sold this one for $100, and it sold relatively quickly. I mean, a couple months. So it was, I mean, it's something you trying to sell for $100. Sometimes it doesn't sell instantly.
And speaking of sell-through rate, this thing's got a great sell-through rate.
So this is something that
Over
if you
100.
see Railwind, you're going to want to pick that up. It's easily going to be, now if it's something more basic, you might be in the more $20 to $30 profit range, but something like this, long sleeve Henley, I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's ribbed. Still, you're going to make over $50 on it easily.
Next is a Columbia jacket. It's an interchange jacket. The interchanges definitely perform the best for us. It's also got a nice digital camo to it. It's waterproof. A lot of good things going on with this, and I think it's down as well. Anyway,
you see Omni-Heat, that's good.
Anyway, a lot of people don't even pick up Columbia, but they're more substantial pieces. Can definitely hit that $50 profit mark.
And then easily, the coats can easily make $10 to $20.
Yeah.
So there's a range. Todd Snyder, this was a terry cloth, just a polo. Oh no, it was a button down. I think it was a full on.
Yeah, it's a button down.
Yeah, not a polo. But this terry cloth was new. We found this at a thrift store, and Chris, we actually, I think it was.
Terry cloth is like that velvety feeling.
A lot of times they're on robes. Yeah, they're on robes. But this was like a $15 to $20 purchase. That's how much we paid for it. Sold it for $114. It was a full price sale, and it sold very quickly. So it's something that
this person keeps making an offer.
It's just when you switch tabs, it comes back up and shows you again. Yeah, it's different. Same offer. But yeah, so if you see Todd Snyder, especially new, something like that, we've never had an issue selling Todd Snyder for a $50. At least a $20 profit. You can, if it's new, you're looking probably more towards the $50.
We're really helping you out in this $50 profit price range. Next is a pair of Taylor Stitch pants. These things sold. When I tell you they sold within a day, they sold within less than a day. Pretty much as soon as they were listed, they sold.
$72.
Definitely a great brand to be on the lookout for. Taylor Stitch.
Almost kept them. This is just another blazer, another example of
seersucker.
Vineyard, knowing what in Vineyard Vines does well. This on the go seersucker style does really well. So it's something that is we're always going to pick up, especially a lot of the on the go stuff. So I know some people don't like Vineyard Vines, especially selling it used, but there are lines kind of like Columbia that you're still going to make easy $10 on. This one you're gonna make more.
We paid 30.
You're gonna make more in the $30 range. So yeah, we paid 30. This one sold for 80. So we're making around 40 bucks on it. So
pretty good. This is a Lululemon hoodie. This is a particular style. I think it is like a heathered kind of texture, which is definitely good. Should have probably included that in the title.
There's a style name, but Christian apparently didn't look it up.
I think I did. We have VAs that list for us. And they must have just kind of messed this up. I'm 100% sure I made a video telling them exactly what this was, and they kind of messed it up. But it's still sold within like I want to say a couple weeks for $72. So that, and we paid $12 for it. So this is another $50 plus profit.
Next is Flying Cross. We didn't necessarily, this is like a military style coat.
Flying Cross is pretty expensive.
Yeah,
new.
so it's expensive new. There's not a lot of info when you go to look it up, but we didn't pay a lot for it or the other ones that we have sold, and they still all did very well and sold probably within 6 months or less.
This sold within like a month.
Yeah, this one sold quicker, but we've had other ones, so I'm just trying to show you examples of other. But they were all coats. So the coats and the pants have done well for us. We've sold them for $50 and up. If they were new, if they're used, you're probably not in that range. You're probably more in the $30 to $40 range.
And the military stuff seems to perform better than the uniform stuff. Would you say?
Sure.
I think the military stuff seems to sell.
This is really the only one we've had that's
and it's sold
yeah.
the fastest.
So there's not a lot of sample size there, but yeah.
Next, Adidas. This is just an Adidas.
No, it's Manchester United.
I know it's an Adidas Manchester United soccer jersey. Is it a jersey or it's just a long sleeve? I think it's just a long sleeve sweatshirt, but it has that Manchester United. This is going to be in that $20 profit range. Pretty much all the soccer stuff we buy sells relatively quickly, so it's team dependent.
You got to get the right team.
Yeah, team dependent, but if it's a soccer jersey, always look it up.
Yep, and popular. Man U, Arsenal, Juventus, all those things. Redmondly Golf pants. These sold very quick in the mid 50s, and sold. I mean, like I said, something that is going to sell quickly and be at least a $20 profit for sure. This one, like I said, sold for, I think we paid around $10, maybe $8. Sold for $55, so we're looking at more in the mid 30s to $40 profit range. Something that, I mean, we're going to pick up every time. Don't find it a ton, but this is an example of one of the ones where you might go a month before you find it again, maybe 2 months before you find it again. But
it is out there, though.
Yeah.
This is a Polo Ralph Lauren. This is kind of like a retail arbitrage example. I think we might have actually bought this at a thrift store, but it's like, this is an item you can find retail arbitrage. You can find it on clearance, so it's definitely out there. It's a Polo Ralph Lauren Earth Polo, new with tags, sold for $60.80. I believe we paid somewhere around $12, maybe $15 for this. We're going to stay in that $40 to $50 profit range on items like this.
Some Polo.
Another Polo.
Yep. This one sold for $48. And this one was more of a $10 to $12 price range that we had to pay for it again, so for $48. So if you get a new one, you can probably pay anywhere from $20 and down if you're trying to make at least $20. If you're trying to make $30 or $40, you probably want to stick more to the $10 range. But
and the more you pay up, the more you want to make.
You're never going to go wrong with new with tag Polo, and really Polo in general. We do pretty well with Polo. Fun fact, we sold over 1,000 Vineyard Vines things last year. I looked that up. I don't know why.
If we pay over $10 for something, we're looking to make around $20, I would say. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Next is an Ohio State Buckeyes sweatshirt. It is new with tags. It did sell for $57. We paid around $13 for this, so really good profit on this. It's just another example. A good sports team. They're having a good year on their way to the national championship, I believe. You think? We're Michigan fans, so we're not happy about it. But good teams. Always make sure you check out what kind of season they're having, because that makes a difference.
And not even necessarily just. I mean, small schools we still sell all the time.
No.
Are you going to make as much on them? No. But if you have a popular sports team around you, you're lucky. This is a Loro Piana suit. It was a different brand, so it was the Loro Piana fabric. It was. Trust me. Go down.
Oh, it's the men's store.
Metropolitan View. Yeah.
So
they just used their fabric, the Loro Piana fabric. This one sold for $60. We had it for a little bit, so we took a little bit of a lower offer. Yes, it was recreated. And yes, so we sold this, and Loro Piana is one of those where if you see it, even if it's just the fabric, you're probably going to get at least $50 for it. Worst case scenario, probably in the 40s, but like I said, $50 if you can. A lot of places don't price up their suits, no matter what they are. They don't know what they are or what's good. We didn't back in the day.
This is a good example of why we recreate items, because this is cashmere and it's Loro Piana. It should have definitely sold, and it took way too long for this to sell. So we recreated it on December 11th, and it sold very shortly after being recreated.
Using auto posture.
Yeah, using auto posture. It hadn't sold for over a year. So definitely relist your items if they are stale and not selling, and they should have sold.
What's up, guys? Hopefully you're enjoying the video so far. I wanted to hop in here and tell you about auto posture really quick. It's our software that we use for everything that has to do with reselling, cross-listing, auto delist, and the recreate feature. The recreate feature is the main thing that we've used that's really changed our business and help us sell a lot more stuff. So use code ReselleBros or use the link in the description of this video. 15% off, biggest discount that you can get with the Resell Brothers, and hopefully you guys will try it, enjoy it. It's changed our business. Hopefully you'll use it and it can change yours too. Back to the video.
Next is a pair of chubby shorts. I can't believe these sold for $47.50. We've sold these things anywhere from like 25 bucks to $47.50. I think it's the highest. Maybe have we sold them for more than that, you think? Right. This might be like the highest we've sold, but chubbies are definitely good. They're definitely out there. A lot of them used and new.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for chubby shorts.
Used, you're not going to get 47.
This is a great summer bolo.
Yeah, used, you're going to be more in the 20 to 25 range.
Yep.
So probably pay around $5 for it. If not, I mean, if it's new, you can get as much as 47.
Pants and the shorts are the best in this brand, I would say.
This is a
Chaps
blazer. A lot of people don't pick up chaps. It has the herringbone pattern, and even used, you could probably get something like this. You get it really cheap. You're not going to pay a lot for it.
Nobody's buying them.
Yeah. Is it going to sell really quickly? Probably not the fastest sale in the world, but you can probably sell something like this easy. Even used 25, 30 bucks with the pattern that is lamb's wool. You might even be able to get a little bit more if you're trying to be price it high and take offers. But this one sold for 52, new, and yeah, chaps, we like to pick it up if it is the right style. A lot of times good material, if it's new, all that stuff. We're not going to pay a ton for it, but we're not going to shy away from it.
Next, this is going to be around the, I would say, vintage Levi's are normally $20 to $30 profit for us, depending on what they are.
Or how much you have to pay for it.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. This sold for, I believe, $40. Took a while to sell. These are just a pair of 505s made in USA. Them being a dark wash. Yeah, orange tab. So a lot of good things going for this, but still a good example of an item you can make over $20 on.
Icebreaker. So Icebreaker is a wool brand. They make a lot of like athletic, kind of like base layers and stuff like that.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
This one is just a pair of regular pants that were 70% merino wool, and this kind of stuff is always most likely $20 profit at least, because thrift stores don't necessarily know what they are. At least that's what we've found.
They don't feel super substantial.
Yeah, so we normally make, if it's something like a pair of pants like this, we probably made closer to $30 on this one. Thinking if it's just like a normal base layer shirt or something, you're probably in more of the $15 to $20 range, depending on how much you have to pay. So Icebreaker is definitely a brand that's good.
Next is Free People. A lot of people don't buy Free People anymore for obvious reasons. Definitely has gotten saturated. Seems to do okay on Poshmark, but overall it seems to be a little saturated. Oversaturated, I should say. But this is cashmere, so it's 100% cashmere, a little bit of an exception. This is going to make you at least $20 profit. I think we paid like $12. $11.99 is what I think we paid for this, and it sold for over $40. Not a super fast mover, took a couple months, but this is a good example of a $20 profit item.
That brings us to cashmere in general. Cashmere is not necessarily brand specific.
Free People.
You can buy cashmere stuff. A lot of the times they're going to sell for around 30 bucks, 25 to 30 bucks, even if it's a terrible brand.
Like Club Room.
Yeah, so you can still get some of those cashmere pieces for $5 and you can sell them easy and still make a $10 profit for sure. At least a 10, sometimes a 20. So it just depends on what you want to buy. Yeah, these are Arborwear pants. Pretty daggone good brand. These are new though, so we got them for probably more closer to like a $30 profit. Used,
this has got to be on our men's list.
Used, you're
Keep
probably in like the $20 profit range. If depends, like I said, everything's dependent on how much you pay for it. But
Oops.
Yeah.
Our worst, but let's see if it's on the men's. We have a free men's list where you guys can get all these brands for free, see the sell-through rate, see what they're selling for.
Yeah, see, so it sells anywhere between 30 and 60 bucks, has a good sell-through rate.
132, that's good.
Yeah, so it is something that you can probably pay closer to $10 for if it's really substantial, if you're trying to get 60 for it. So you'll still make that $20 to $30 easy. If you're going above that, it's a little depending on how much you want to make. But
and if you want to see this list, it is 100% free. Link is in our description. All you got to do is go to Gumroad, put in your email. It gives you a link straight to the list, and it has all this good information, sell-through, price, has the logo, all that good stuff. So that's available to you if you would like. Check it out. But next we have a pair of Allen Edmonds wingtip shoes. These are kind of a little bit older. Allen Edmonds shoes are super hit and miss. These are the McNeils. These sold for $38. It's going to be, I think we paid $5 for these. So this is going to be in that $20 profit range.
some of them are crazy, and you can make a ton of money.
We sold some for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, these Primo's a golf brand. We've sold a ton of them, and a lot of thrift stores don't necessarily price them up a ton. Some do, some don't. So we got these for around $5. Ours, thankfully, don't yet. This one sold for $42.75, and they sold pretty quickly, actually very quickly. So yeah, Primo, something that you're easily going to make $30 on if you can get it at a good price. $20 to $30 range. 20 if you have to pay up a little bit. But
next is an item that you can make $20 on all day. It's a Joseph A. Bank two-piece suit. Brand's not the greatest, but it is a two-piece suit. Joseph A. Bank has made a ton of these, so they're definitely out there. If you're trying to do that $20 item, $20 profit per item strategy to make $1,000 a month, you can live in the suit category and make $20 on. It's a little harder because you got to take more pictures, but definitely easier to make $20 profit on suits.
And you can still put them in bags.
And
you can
it's just
still
sold in like a month.
Yeah,
so.
You can still put them in bags. You can fold them and ship them like that. You don't have to put them in a box. If it's something really expensive, we'll put them in a box. We store ours in bags folded, so I've never had any complaints. So you don't have to think you have to put them all on racks. Something like Joseph A. Bank, doesn't necessarily sell crazy fast. I mean, sometimes you'll get an outlier that sells quickly just because somebody was looking for a suit and they picked yours. But sometimes you might have to hold on to it for a little bit, but you're still easily going to make, worst case scenario, $10, $20 on it, sometimes more. These are Ariat rebar, and Ariat rebar is a good line of the jeans, and even I think they do make the shirts called the rebar too. But these sold for $37, and they sold very quickly as well.
Another $20 profit.
Yep, something that's going to be $20 easy. I mean, if you pay $10 for it, you might sell it in the $30 range. You might make more closer to $15. But if you're paying normal like Goodwill prices, well, for us
or the
anyway.
bins,
Yeah, or bins. Our Goodwill's at $5 for jeans still, so you can easily make $20, $30 on those.
Next is a Patagonia Retool Snap Tee fleece jacket. This I just read the title exactly, but this sold for $41.80. This is going to be around the $20 to $30 profit range, depending on how much you spend for it. But definitely a good bread and butter item for our business. We sell a lot of Patagonia stuff like this.
It's not as good as it used to be.
No, definitely not.
These Brooks Brothers. This is another Brooks Brothers two-piece suit. Well, not another Brooks Brothers, but another two-piece suit.
Oh,
so
yeah,
just
the other was Joseph A.
Example of that two-piece suits. I mean, we've showed you 3 or 4 now. Then this one, like I said, we paid, I believe, $8 for this, and we sold it for $45, and it sold in a couple months. So something that you're gonna make at least $20 on again. Sometimes
you have to put more work into it.
Depending on the fabric, depending on if it's wool, linen, cashmere, lamb's wool, mohair. Like there's all kinds of different fabrics.
Have we ever found a cashmere two-piece suit?
I'm sure we probably have. But anyway, or what fabric maker it is. If it was Brooks Brothers and Loro Piana, that's going to sell for more. So knowing the brands when it comes to suits is important if you're trying to make at least $20 in that suit category.
Next, we have a nice bread and butter. This is just a Lululemon men's tank top. This actually sold for, I believe, $38, and it sold really quickly. Oh, actually, not really quickly. It took a long time to sell. Probably because
We had it priced too high.
Yeah.
Lulu doesn't sell for that.
This was also recreated on December 30th, so it sold really quickly after being recreated using auto posture. But it definitely is a nice bread and butter pickup. $20 profit pretty much all day on most Lululemon men's
stuff for Lululemon that used to sell for $40 is now more in like the $25 to $30 range.
Yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't pay up for Lulu anymore if it's a basic like this. If it's something more substantial like a coat or a hoodie or a pullover or something like that, you can still pay a decent amount for. But shorts,
the newer stuff does
shorts, even the regular pants,
yeah,
even the tank tops like this, I wouldn't pay a ton for anymore.
No.
Anyway. Zero restriction. This is I think this was reversible. Yeah, a reversible tour series. Regular zero restriction is pretty good. Not as good as it used to be. The tour series is where you want to live, where you want to be. This one sold for $40, and we only had to pay around $6 or $7 for it. So if you want to make a $20 profit, sometimes even $30, you can get that zero restriction tour series. If it's a big coat, so they have like windbreaker rain defender jackets that you can sell for. I mean, we've sold some for over $100. So depending on what it is, you can easily make anywhere from $20 to even over $50 on this tour series brand.
Next is a Brooks & Dunn Western shirt. This is a little bit abnormal because it has this Aztec pattern to it, which is why it sold for a decent amount. But there's a lot of this Southwestern Aztec stuff, and it does seem to sell pretty well for us. It's not super brand dependent either. Obviously, if you get like a Patagonia or a Ralph Lauren with this pattern, it's going to go for crazy money. But it's just this regular Brooks & Dunn shirt. It's going to be, I want to say I think we paid $5 for this, sold it for $28. So it's going to be close to that $20 profit mark, maybe $15 to $20. But I would go ahead and throw this into the $10 category just because I think we got a little on the upper end.
Now, this isn't, like you said, this isn't the $10 category because it's Brooks & Dunn.
Yeah.
It's a $10 category because it's Aztec, Pearl Snap,
that's why we
Western.
bought it. Yeah.
So the category for this is more the style that you can sell for a $10 profit. This is a J. Crew lamb's wool, Argyle sweater vest. This one sold for, I believe, like around low 20s, 22 maybe. So something that this is.
Is that a hole? Nope.
No, I don't think so. It's a size small too, so not a great size. But this one is, I'm gonna say more in the $10 range now. If you want to make $10 pretty decently fast, this one sold really quickly. We didn't have to pay a lot for it. Could you stretch it? Could you maybe make it to 15? Possibly, but this is a $10 all day.
Next is a Columbia New Tags sweatshirt. Not much else to say about this. Definitely bread and butter. Definitely going to make $10 on it if you find it for, I wouldn't say, if you find it for less than 10, you'll probably make $10 for it. I mean, on it, not for it. You'll probably make $10 on it if you get it new. We find these all the time. Definitely a bread and butter find for that $10 profit range.
This is a Brooklyn Nets hoodie. So another sports team aspect. This one only sold for like $20, but a lot of the times you can find these and not have to pay a ton for them. I believe we paid around $5 or $6 for this and sold it for $20. So definitely the sports team stuff is normally around the $10 range. If it's something new or something that is like a higher end or a really good team, or like a big coat or something, you can probably squeak more into like the $20, $30, $50 range if it's something that's new and really cool. But a used hoodie like this that we sell all the time, you can probably make it at least $10 profit, sometimes $5.
Next is another team-based purchase. This is just a regular, I think is it Crable? What's the brand? Yeah, this is just Crable Sportswear. Definitely a no-name brand, but it's Ohio State. This sold for $20. This is going to be in a $10 profit range for us. It was a good condition. It was a decent size. That's definitely why we picked it up.
Yeah, and you can get away with bad brands.
Yeah.
If the team's good, or if the sports team associated with it, like on that item, is good. Helly Hansen. We sold a ton of Helly Hansen this winter and spring. fall. Sorry. This one
Winter,
sold.
spring, summer, or fall.
I think a lightweight jacket like this, you're looking more in the $10 range. If you get a bigger coat, down coat, something more substantial, you can sell for a lot more. Probably more into the $30 to $50 profit range. This one was, like I said, very lightweight, so it's more in the $10 to $15 profit range.
All right, we're getting towards the end. This is an Under Armour, looks like it's just a sleeveless vest. This sold for around $24.
A sleeveless vest?
Huh?
Is there a vest with sleeves?
No.
Okay.
It has sleeveless in the title, so I said it. Anyway, it's just an Under Armour vest.
Sleeveless vest.
Definitely going to be in the $10 to maybe $15 price range.
I'm wearing a vest right now. I just got sleeves.
$10 to $15 profit range, I should say.
Another sports team. These sold really quickly. We've had a decent amount of South Carolina Gamecock stuff.
Why'd you say these? It's one item. This.
It's pants though. Pants sounds plural, so these pants.
Okay.
Good try. Almost got me. I normally say these and it's like a shirt, and it makes me sound bad, but this actually sold for $19.
Why'd you switch it to this?
Because it is one single item. I don't know. This sold for $19. Another sports team specific. The brand League. It's not like a really cheap brand, but it's not something that's going to drive up the price a ton. But South Carolina, but with all the sports team stuff we do, we put the sports team first and the brand at the end. So if you see that, you'll see South Carolina Gamecocks first thing in the title. If you go all the way down there to the end, it says League. That's the brand. Nobody's searching League South Carolina Gamecocks jogger pants. Like they're just looking for South Carolina Gamecocks. That's what they're searching for. So
next is an Adidas Predator jacket.
Predator is for soccer. It's a soccer jacket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Predator soccer jacket. This is going to be in that $20 profit range, probably, unless you have to pay up for it. It can be anywhere from $10 to $20 profit on items like this.
Sanuk, just
this is 10.
Almost looks like Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a $10. It used to be more.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Now they're in Meijer and lower end stores, so they've kind of been driven down. Next is a Tommy Hilfiger corduroy shirt. Corduroy's driving this one home. This is going to be a $10 profit item. Most of the time you can get these for like $5. So.
In the last 2 years, button-down shirts have been our number 2 and number 3. I think number 2 and number 3, the respective years. Those are 2 and 3 categories, so they're right up there. We sell a ton of them. A lot of people skip them. We make a lot of $5 and $10 sales on them, but this is a pair of Rudis joggers, kind of like a pair of sweatpants, like a techie feel. But these are Rudis is a wrestling brand, and it even has a school on it, and it's a very small school in Ohio.
Baldwin Wallace.
They are a division. Fun fact: my college team, I played baseball in college for
It says wrestlers.
Yeah, Ohio Dominican D2 school, and we played Baldwin Wallace.
Were they good?
D2 school. They were actually pretty good at baseball. Yeah.
Huh.
So they, but this was obviously a pair of wrestling pants, and these sold for $18. Normally, you could get more for a pair of Rudis pants like this, especially if they're no school on them or whatever. We found some Ohio State Rudis stuff that sold for more of the $20 profit range, but this was such a small school, so we listed it for less, and we still made over $10 on it.
I mean, they sold in like
maybe we should have priced it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even though it had the small school based off how fast it sold, but still made over $10 on it. So normally Rudis, I think you're more in the 20 if it's a really nice thing of Rudis, because they sell not just pants, they sell other stuff too, but you might be able to squeak it in the $30 range, but consistently you can count on a $20 profit. If it's something like this with a weird school on it, you can easily still get 10. So 20 average, 10 if you're really something's wrong with it, and top notch 30.
All right, now we are going to draw for the purple label pants, see who won them, get that out to you. that's what we're doing next.
This is our third time doing this. All right, Aaron, that sounds good. Thank you for winning, and we will send you. We'll send a message on the comment letting you know you won, and then you
reach out to us.
Can reach out to us on Instagram or an email. Our email, that's all in our link tree and stuff, so you can find that, and then send us your address so that we can not be creepy, but send you the Polo Ralph Lauren purple label stuff.
Thank you to everybody who wished me well for my heart problems. I have a monitor on. You can see right there. I'm going to be being monitored for 14 days.
It's a bomb.
Hopefully everything's well in the heart department over here at Resell Brothers. Tony's going to say he's fine, but yeah, we don't know. He's not been looked at.
He just knows that because it's the third take we've done on this. So, also, thanks for watching. Check out Auto Posture.
Code Resell Bros.
Yep.
Or the link in the description. 15% off. Biggest discount available.
Yep. It's helped us a lot. Also, it hit 7,000 subscribers, so that's awesome. Thank you for subscribing. We're going for 10K. So hit that button. Smash it. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. I got to go get some dinner because your boy is hungry. #grunge.